In this video, I will show how to identify the shape of the graphs of the quadratic equations in two variables without graphing them. And the good thing about it is that it suffices to look only at the coefficients of x squared and y squared. Now, if you don't have x squared and you only have y squared, that means your equation potentially can be written as x equals 2ay squared plus by plus c. And if you are missing the y squared term, that means your equation potentially can be written as y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So if your y can be isolated, that's a standard parabola, or we can call it vertical parabola. If x can be isolated, that's a sideways parabola, which we can call a horizontal parabola. So that's when one of the x squared or y squared is missing. Now, if they both are present and have the opposite sign, meaning the coefficient of x squared is positive, but the coefficient of y squared is negative, or coefficient of x squared is negative, but the coefficient of y squared is positive, that means the equation can be potentially written in this form. That's if coefficient of x is positive, coefficient of y is negative, or it can be written in this form. Both are equations of a hyperbola. Now, what if both coefficients of x squared and y squared are present but have the same sign, but possibly different coefficients? So they both could be positive or both could be negative. That means this equation can be potentially written like this. Which is the equation, of an ellipse. And finally, when both coefficients are exactly the same, meaning if one is positive, the other one must be positive, because that's what the same means, then this equation can be potentially written in this form. Which is the equation of a circle. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the problem, and we see that in part A, the coefficients of x squared and y squared are have opposite signs. That means that's hyperbola. In part B, both coefficients of x squared and y squared are exactly the same, so that's a circle. In part C, both coefficients are positive, but they are different, so that is a ellipse. In part D, we only have x squared, there is no y squared, so that's a parabola. And in the last one, we only have y squared and no x squared term, so that's a horizontal parabola. So this is how you identify the shape of the graph of a quadratic equation into variables without graphing it.